Hello, YouTube. This is Al once again coming to you from Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do. And if you want to reach me, I can be reached at Connection at Kindred Souls of Brooklyn. Please drop me a line if you have any ideas for any future videos. I really appreciate you guys watching, and many thanks, many thanks. Today we're in the town of Red Bank, New Jersey. And folks, if you've never been to Red Bank, New Jersey, let me tell you, I think this is the best day trip, and I'm going to go out there on a limb and say it. I think this is the best day trip in all of the tri-state area. This town is absolutely beautiful. The people here are super polite. I mean, you know, I come from Brooklyn, and I'm nothing against Brooklyn because I love Brooklyn, but I'm talking about you trying to cross maybe toward the middle of the street, and they stop the car and they let you cross. I mean, you're not going to get that in Brooklyn or probably anywhere else, but the reason I'm dubbing this probably the best day trip anywhere in the tri-state area is because I think there's something here for everybody. And right behind me here is the famous store, The Secret Stash. It's where the show Comic Book Men is actually filmed. And what's really great about the store, I mean, you can't really see it right here, and I don't want to really go in. Of course, they'd let me go in. They're very cool about it. What's really nice about the store is that other than Kevin Smith, all the guys who are on the comic book show actually work in there. And they have a thing right here, and I'll show you. This is the front of the store, and you go in, and of course they have like little Batmobiles and comic books, but they have like a parking thing right here, which lets them park in front. So this is one of their cars. I don't know which guy's car it is, but if you go in there, you know, you might see Ming. Today, actually, I walked in, Brian was in there, so I actually got a picture with him out front. But getting back to the town, folks, this is such a beautiful town. There is literally something here for everybody. Now, there's an arcade here down this way, and you're not going to be able to see it. I just want to pan around a little bit. First off, the town looks very different. If you're from Brooklyn, or you're from even, say, Staten Island, it reminds me of going to Glendale, Arizona. I went to Glendale about 4 years ago with my son and my wife, and the town reminded me, it's like laid out in that pattern, and just a really beautiful town. There's so many wonderful restaurants here. Incredible. They have an Irish restaurant, lots of steakhouses. You know, you could eat right on the outside in the front. You got this place called Surf Taco, which is great. I think the Comic Book Men own some of that. It's kind of maybe connected to their store, but really, really amazing. Across the street over here, there's a store called Chocolate Works, and all handmade ice cream. And what's really cool about that store is when you walk in there, they have classes for little kids, school trips, things like that, where they actually teach them how to make ice cream. And it's like a little Willy Wonka thing. They put the hats on them, and the kids make whatever flavor they want, and they see how the chocolate is spun and made, and the ice cream is really amazing. But what else do they have in this town? They have a great store called Hobby Masters. If you're into trains, amazing train layout. I do have a video on that. If you want to look back at my videos, there is a video on Train Masters. It is spectacular in there. They also sell toys in there. It is really a fantastic place. They have a puppy store, which, you know, I love dogs. I'm here with my dog too today, and he's here with us. And if you love dogs, you can go see some puppies. It is just really incredible. Another fantastic thing across the street there is Jack's Music Store. Now, vinyl is making a big comeback, but this is an amazing music store. You don't really see too many music stores around anymore, and this one is huge. Again, what's cool about this town is that if I was here for a week, I'd probably do a video on each place individually. But this Jack's Music Store is incredible. You can get musical instruments in there, vinyl, t-shirts, any kind of music thing you could quite imagine. They got the old posters, fascinating. They have an arcade down here called Yestercades, which I'm going to do a video on again one day. Probably wait till my son comes back from Birmingham for a visit, and I'll do a video in there with him. But Yestercades, what that's about is they have all the old retro games. And, you know, you're talking about Donkey Kong and Space Invaders. They got pinball machines in there too. But these machines are in mint condition. And what it is you go in there and you pay like $20, and you play literally all day long. They give you a wristband, and you play all day long. It is amazing. Really, really nice place. So folks, like I say, if you want to take a wonderful day trip, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to suggest come out to Red Bank, New Jersey. From where I am in Brooklyn, it's so simple to get there. You know, you go on the Garden State Parkway, and you get out exit 109, and you go a couple miles, and it's Broad Street, And here you are at Red Bank, and let me tell you, it is amazing. There's plenty of parking. There's just a really nice small town feel here. And I'm going to tell you one more thing which I really love about this town, and I have nothing against franchises. Heaven knows those who watch my videos know I'm a big Nathan's fan. But what's really cool about this town is there is very, very few, other than like the banks, and I think I saw a Dunkin' Donuts. There's like 7, 8 blocks or more of stores. And basically, all of these stores are just mom and pop stores, or like individual, not necessarily mom and pop, but they're non-franchise stores. So again, nothing against the franchises, but it's so refreshing to walk down a street and not see, and I got nothing against these franchises, but it's so refreshing not to see Radio Shack and Payless Shoes and the same Auntie M's pretzels and the same old places you see no matter where you go in America. It is really, really totally refreshing. So folks, I'm going to go on a limb. Like I said, this is the best day trip in all of the tri-state area. I'm going to say it. Definitely take a drive out here. Of course, it's open year round, but the warmer weather is much nicer because you can walk around and appreciate all the shops. One thing to keep in mind, most of the shops do close early, about 6 o'clock. So it isn't one of these places where you could actually come and stay till 10 o'clock at night. You could stay. Yestercade stays open, and the taco place and a few things, but the majority of the stores, they basically close early. So folks, I want to thank you for joining me today. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Come out to Red Bank, and thanks for tuning in. Have a great one. Thank you. Bye-bye.